where, Pam, what do you got going on over there?
Oh, this is fun. This is very fun, Joe. We have Garrett Wilson of Concrete Liberty and also Max Vickers of the IU Longboarding Club. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Last time I saw you guys, I was on one of these babies. First, we'll talk to you, Garrett, about Concrete Liberty. It's an advocacy group. Tell us how that got started.
Yes. Basically, it started with my buddy, Gavin. We had no one to skate with. So it was just me and him, and we wanted to, we saw the community online and saw it in California and how strong the community was, how these people joined together to go skate and have fun in large groups, similar to critical mass that bikers do. So we wanted to take that concept, bring it to Indianapolis and Indiana and as a whole, Bloomington in addition.
Absolutely.
And the struggle we had was dealing with the law. It was very difficult to do this. So we would go out, and slowly it trickled from 2 people to 5 people up to now we're getting like 20 to 30 people in our little critical mass.
Right.
And just gaining public attention and educating people on what it is, why it's not an illegal. It should not be illegal. It's very similar to riding a bike. And yeah, that's pretty much how it started. And
so it's to help familiarize people and to let the riders know there are ways that you should be riding to keep it safe.
Yes.
And that kind of thing.
We always promote wearing helmets, wearing pads. We try to give people a hard time if they don't bring any sort of helmet.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got me all dressed up and with the gear, and I did my shot at trying to longboard, which was a blast, by the way. And we actually have a little footage from that. Let's check it out. Okay, hi Garrett.
Hey Pam.
I'm Pam from the Weekly Special.
Nice to meet you.
And I've been told you're going to teach me how to longboard.
Yeah,
tonight.
we're going to show you a few things. And
okay.
One of the most important things with longboarding is safety.
Okay.
First thing you need, a helmet.
I got my helmet.
Good. Next thing, generally when you fall, people tend to go hands forward, palms forward. So wrist guards, definitely recommended.
Okay.
All right.
Now what?
Next, elbow pads, because that's an easy one to hit too.
Okay.
Next thing, like I said, some people tend to fall knee first.
Yep.
So knee pads.
Knee pads. Okay.
Now stopping, when you're going down a big hill.
Think about stopping.
The most common method of coming to a dead stop is doing a foot brake, which is where you de-weight the board a little bit, and you come to a grinding stop like that.
And so I'm assuming I should just play around with whether a wide stance or which foot. And
yeah, stance is all personal preference and how you're comfortable. There's no right or wrong.
Okay.
It's just how you want to ride and what's fun for you.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Is there a front? Tally ho.
That's good. You're doing good. We are going to start picking up some speed, so if you have to hop off before you get going too fast.
Okay. We are going faster. It's the stopping that's going to be okay. That was fun. They didn't show the stopping part of it. I didn't quite do it correctly, but thanks to our producer. He got me stopped. So thank you for that. And we'll talk about the equipment in just a second. But Max, I want to talk to you because you are actually with the IU Longboarding Club. And tell us about that.
It's a group in Bloomington, Indiana. That's just it's just a Facebook group for now. But it's used to network the longboarders and skateboarders around like Indiana University and to create events and sessions weekly.
Do you guys usually meet, and we see you here. Is that you? That's you? That's very cool. Do you guys try and meet once a week?
We have weekly skate sessions, but we also try and put together like bigger events too. Okay.
And can anybody join if they're in Bloomington or have the interest?
Yes, anybody.
I mean, just show up.
Even if you're like wanting to get started, we'll help you out. And
okay. Now you have taken this kind of to the next level, and you actually travel around. There are competitions.
Yes, there are competitions. There's not as many in the Midwest as there are like in California or Canada, but I do what I can to compete.
Absolutely. And you're going to one this weekend. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a race in Ohio called Soldiers of Downhill, and it used to be an official IGSA race, and the last couple of years they've just been having
There's some right here,
closed road, and there's like usually some sponsored riders that go, and it's a pretty big thing. But
Now, do you just stand on it and go like for speed, or do you do tricks and everything?
For downhill, it's pretty much about speed and
Yeah.
like taking turns and such. But I mean, you can do tricks on a
Right.
longboard. It's possible.
But not for competitions. Usually, that's
Not
just
necessarily.
Okay. How did you get started with the longboard? Did you start off with a shorter one, or just? Go to
I
this?
started off skateboarding a few years back, and I tried a longboard and I just liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you're doing really well at it too. I saw all you guys was just like blowing me away. Made it look very simple. And I do have a question. The difference between skateboarding and longboarding. Like Tony Hawk would be the skateboard. Like if you're going to do ramps and things, I'm assuming you can't do a longboard. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you could. But.
I mean, it's really hard to distinguish this because
Okay.
they're all skateboards. It's
Okay.
all under this umbrella of
Right.
skateboarding. You have the park decks is sort of what people are familiar with the double kicks. They're real small, tiny wheels. That's so they can do really technical, precise movements and
Okay.
do those little kick tricks and all that fun stuff. With longboarding, everything's just bigger,
Right.
different angles on things, so it'll feel a lot different, and again, there's more to it within longboarding. You can get technical with longboarding, and you can get just, cruising, having fun. But yeah, it's very like flowy. Like downhill boards are way more technical. Max
Yeah.
can tell you about that.
There's
Yeah.
different aspects of the board, like the concave, the trucks, the wheels, everything.
Well, and it can go over more surfaces, I would assume, too, than the shorter one. I mean, from when I was a kid, the fiberglass or whatever, where you get a pebble and you're off.
Yeah.
This seems to do better with that kind of road conditions.
Definitely a smoother ride than a skateboard.
Yeah, yeah. But it can be dangerous, too, and that's part of what you go out and teach. And what sort of equipment should people be using?
Helmets. Helmets are the number one thing. And I've come to find that having slide gloves, like Max has here, is the number one way to prevent an accident.
Okay.
You go down on your palms, you can just slide out an accident instead of catching your hand and rolling or whatever.
Right.
This can really, really prevent major accidents.
And you guys are on usually public streets
Yes.
doing something like this.
I
and-
make a point of riding in the road.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a bike would.
Okay. So do you have the hand signals and
Yep,
everything
I
like
use
a bike
hand
would?
signals. I ride on the farthest right-hand side of the road. If there's a bike lane, I use that.
Okay.
Definitely making cars aware of us.
Oh, absolutely. If somebody's interested in picking up one of these, or with the holidays coming up, a parent wants to get one for their kids, what should they look for? Is there a particular brand, or is there?
I mean, there's entry level, and then there's
More advanced.
more advanced.
More advanced,
It
just depends.
all depends on what you want to spend. I mean,
Okay.
Sector 9, Arbor, those are some sort of entry-level brands. Then when you get into more advanced, this is a Rain board, right?
Yeah.
Rain. That's like one of the highest-end companies on the market. Loaded is another really high-end. We have a
Okay.
Loaded board over there. Then you can even get into hand-built custom boards,
Right,
and that's
right.
like another level.
I'm sure that is. And if people want to hear more information or get more information, they can go to your website, which is
ConcreteLiberty.com.
Okay, and they can find IU Longboarding on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend, and thank you again
Thanks.
for my
Thanks.
little lesson. That was lots and lots of fun.
Yeah.
Right now, then, we're going to go back over to Joe.
Pam, you look great. Though I think the stopping of you is on the website.
No way.
1 million hits already.
Okay, great.
Thanks, very nice. Cool stuff.